You're on a crowded bus after a long day, just trying to get home. The seats are full, people are tired, and the air is thick with that end-of-day exhaustion. Then, a pregnant woman steps on her feet swollen, her hand resting on her belly. Like she's carrying the weight of the world. Nobody moves. Nobody even looks up, except for him. A black teen, maybe 17, headphones in, worn-out sneakers, the kind of kid people ignore or side-eye without thinking. But he sees her, and without a word, he stands up, nods toward the seat, and goes back to staring out the window like it's nothing. Just decency. Just human kindness. The woman sits, grateful but quiet. The bus rolls on. Then, just before her stop, she slips him a folded note. No big speech, no dramatic music, just a piece of paper pressed into his palm. He waits until she's gone to open it, and what's inside? Not a thank you. Not a simple God bless you. No, it's an address, a date, and 5 words that'll flip his entire life upside down. You're the one I've been looking for. Cut to a prison van. Bars on the windows, guards who don't smile. Inside, a woman, black, early 30s, sharp-eyed, sits in cuffs. The system. Messed up. Paperwork got twisted. They think she's just another inmate, but they don't know. They don't know she's Delta Force. They don't know she's got a body count the military refuses to put on paper. And they definitely don't know she's got a mission one that starts with that teen on the bus. How do these two stories collide? What's in that note? And why is a pregnant woman sending a kid into a world he doesn't understand? Stick around, because this changes everything. Pause. Let the tension hang. The bus doors hissed shut behind the pregnant woman, leaving the teen Marcus standing there, clutching the crumpled note in his hand. His fingers trembled slightly as he unfolded it again, half expecting it to make sense this time. But no, same 5 words. You're the one I've been looking for. Below them, scribbled in rushed handwriting, was an address downtown and a time, 9 p.m. tonight. Marcus shoved the note into his pocket, his mind racing. Was this some kind of prank? A setup? He'd heard stories about people luring kids into bad situations, but something about the woman's tired eyes, the way she'd gripped his wrist just a little too tight when she handed him the paper, it didn't feel random. It felt urgent. Meanwhile, inside Ridgeway Men's Correctional Facility, the steel doors clanged shut behind Commander Dana Reyes as guards led her deeper into the prison. The air smelled like sweat and bleach, the kind of stench that clung to your clothes. The other inmates, hard-faced men with tattoos snaking up their necks, eyed her like she was fresh meat. One guy licked his lips. Another SMIRKED. Big mistake. Dana didn't react. She didn't flinch. She just kept walking, her cuffed hands loose, her breathing steady. On the outside, she looked like any other woman caught in the system, but inside? Inside, she was counting steps, memorizing faces, noting weaknesses, because Dana Reyes wasn't supposed to be here. A paperwork mix-up, they'd said. Wrong name, wrong inmate file. But Dana knew better. This wasn't an accident. This was a trap. And the people who'd said it had no idea who. They just locked inside, 9 p.m., the address on the note. Marcus stood outside an abandoned auto shop, the streetlight above him flickering, The place looked like it hadn't been used in years. Broken windows, graffiti, a chain-link fence with a padlock that hung open. This is a bad idea, his brain screamed. But his feet kept moving. He pushed the door open, the hinges screeching. Inside, the air was thick with dust. And then, took you long enough, a figure stepped out of the shadows. It was the pregnant woman from the bus, except now she wasn't pregnant. The belly? A prosthetic. She peeled it off, tossing it onto a chair, and Marcus's mouth went dry. What the hell is going on? Sit down, Marcus, she said, pulling out a file. You've got exactly 5 minutes to decide if you want to live the rest of your life as a nobody, or if you want to help me save someone who doesn't deserve to die in that prison. She flipped the file open. Inside was a photo of Dana Reyes. Meet your sister, the woman said. And no, she doesn't know you exist. Marcus stared at the photo, his throat tight. The woman in the picture, Dana Reyes, had his nose, his mother's sharp cheekbones. How? His mom had never mentioned a sister. Hell, she'd never mentioned any family. Just late-night whispers about starting fresh whenever he asked about the past. The fake pregnant woman, Lieutenant Cole, Black Ops, retired, tossed a burner phone onto the table. Call your mom. Ask her about Operation Whiteout. Marcus's fingers hovered over the keys. She's dead, he said flatly. 3 years ago. Car accident. Except the way Cole's jaw tightened told him it was no accident. Ridgeway. Prison to 2 hours earlier. Dana's first night in Gen Pop was supposed to be hell. The guards had even placed bets on how long she'd last. But by midnight, the inmate who'd grabbed her in the showers was nursing a broken wrist, and the others had backed off. That's when the warden arrived. You're not who they say you are, he muttered, sliding a file toward her. Inside, a death certificate. Dana Reyes. Kiev, Syria, 6 months ago. Dana's blood went cold. Someone had erased her. The warden leaned in. You've got 24 hours before the real hit squad arrives. Tell me why a Delta ghost is in my prison, and maybe I don't look the other way when they come for you. The auto shop, Present Cole, slammed a news article onto the table. Military scientists killed in lab explosion. The scientist? Marcus's mom, the lab? Part of Whiteout, a black-budget project to erase memories. Your mom stole something, Cole said. Dana was sent to retrieve it. But then they killed your mom and framed Dana. Marcus's hands shook. What did she steal? Cole pulled out a vial of glowing blue liquid. The only copy of Whiteout's formula. And the people who want it? They'll burn this city to the ground to get it back. Outside, tires screeched. Too late, Cole hissed, shoving Marcus toward the back door. They're here. Cliffhanger. As Marcus sprinted into the alley, 2 figures emerged from a black SUV, one holding a photo of him. Meanwhile, in her cell, Dana pried open a vent and found a note. Find your brother. He has the key. Cliffhanger. As Marcus sprinted into the alley, 2 figures emerged from a black SUV, one holding a photo of him. Meanwhile, in her cell, Dana pried open a vent and found a note. Find your brother. He has the key. The alley was dark, the smell of garbage thick in the air as Marcus ran, his lungs burning. Behind him, the sound of heavy boots on pavement. They were getting closer. He ducked behind a dumpster, fumbling with the vial Cole had shoved into his hands. That weird blue liquid swirled inside like it was alive. What the hell did Mom get me into? He whispered. A hand clamped over his mouth. Marcus nearly screamed. But then he saw the eyes sharp, calculating. Cole. She dragged him deeper into the shadows, just as two armed men ran past, their guns glinting under the streetlights. Listen carefully, kid, Cole hissed, pulling out a keycard from her jacket. This gets you into Ridgeway Prison. Your sister dies tonight if you don't move. Marcus's stomach dropped. Me? I can't break into a prison, Cole smirked. Good thing you won't be alone. She nodded toward the end of the alley where a hulking figure leaned against a motorcycle. The warden. Inside Ridgeway. Dana stared at the note in her hands. Find your brother. He has the key. What brother? She muttered. The prison lights flickered. Then boom. An explosion rocked the building. Alarms blared, and guards shouted as smoke filled the halls. Dana didn't hesitate. She snatched a shiv from under her mattress and jammed it into the vent, prying it open just as her cell door burst inward. A masked man stood there, gun raised. Rias, you were supposed to die quietly, he growled. Dana lunged outside Ridgeway. 10 minutes later, Marcus crouched behind the warden's truck, watching as chaos erupted inside the prison. Flames licked the upper windows. Sirens wailed. Your sister's got 2 minutes before the real killers find her, the warden said, tossing Marcus a guard's uniform. You go in there, play the scared rookie, and get her to the west gate. Or, she's dead. Why are you helping us? Marcus demanded. The warden's face darkened. Because the people who framed her? They killed my son too. A gunshot echoed from inside. Clock's ticking, the warden said. Inside the chase, Dana moved like a ghost through the smoke, her knuckles bloody, her mind racing. Brother, key. What key? Then she saw him, a skinny kid in a guard's uniform, waving frantically from a side hallway. Dana, this way. She froze. Those eyes, that nose. She'd seen them in the mirror every day. Who the hell are you? She snarled. Marcus swallowed hard. Your brother, and we gotta go now. Behind them, a voice crackled over a radio. Shoot on sight, both of them. Cliffhanger. As Dana and Marcus sprinted toward the exit, a figure stepped into their path. Cole. But she wasn't alone, and the gun in her hand wasn't pointed at the guards. It was pointed at them. Cole's gun didn't waver. The prison alarms screamed around them as Marcus and Dana stood frozen, back to back against the corridor wall. You? Dana hissed, her soldier's instincts locking onto Cole like a missile. You set me up? Cole's finger hovered near the trigger. Not everything is what it seems, Commander. Then she fired, but the bullet whizzed past them, hitting a masked mercenary who'd been creeping up behind Marcus. Move, Cole barked, grabbing Marcus's arm as more armed men poured into the hallway. Flashback. 72 hours earlier, dimly lit lab. Marcus's mother, Dr. Alara Carter, frantically typing at a computer as alarms blared. They're inside. A security guard yelled before a gunshot silenced him. Alara ejected a drive and handed it to a shadowy figure. Cole. Get this to my children. Only together can they activate Whiteout's true purpose. They don't even know each other, Cole argued. Alara smiled sadly. They will. A bullet shattered the glass door. Go! Alara shoved Cole into a vent just as armed men burst in. Prison tunnels. St. Marcus clutched the glowing vial as they ran, his mind reeling. So Mom wanted us to find each other? Yes, Cole panted, kicking open a sewer grate. But she never told me why. Only that this vial and Dana's DNA are the keys to down. Dana yanked them both to the ground as a grenade exploded overhead. Chunks of concrete rained down. The warden appeared through the dust, his face bloody. They've locked down the whole block. There's another way. He tossed Dana a keycard, but you'll have to go through death row. Dana's jaw tightened. Of course we will. Death row. 3 minutes later, the cells held monsters, serial killers, cartel hitmen. And they recognized Dana. Reyes? A scarred inmate laughed. I heard Delta Force left you to die in Syria. Dana didn't flinch. And yet here I am. She kept moving, but Marcus froze when he saw the last cell. A frail old man sat inside, humming. The nameplate read, Dr. Victor Klaus, Whiteout Project Lead. U. Double quote. Marcus breathed. You worked with my mother. The old man's eyes snapped. Open, unnaturally blue, just like the vial. Ah, he whispered. The carrier is here. Then it's already begun. Cliffhanger. As Klaus reached through the bars, the vial in Marcus's hand pulsed like a heartbeat. Dana's tattoos suddenly glowed the same eerie blue. And outside the prison, a black helicopter marked with a familiar symbol descended. A serpent wrapped around a DNA helix, the whiteout logo. Cole's gun didn't waver. The prison alarms screamed around them as Marcus and Dana stood frozen, back to back against the corridor wall. You? Dana hissed, her soldier's instincts locking onto Cole like a missile. You set me up? Cole's finger hovered near the trigger. Not everything is what it seems, Commander. Then she fired, but the bullet whizzed past them, hitting a masked mercenary who'd been creeping up behind Marcus. Move, Cole barked, grabbing Marcus's arm as more armed men poured into the hallway. Flashback, 72 hours earlier, dimly lit lab. Marcus's mother, Dr. Alara Carter, frantically typing at a computer as alarms blared. They're inside. A security guard yelled before a gunshot silenced him. Alara ejected a drive and handed it to a shadowy figure. Cole, get this to my children. Only together can they activate Whiteout's true purpose. They don't even know each other, Cole argued. Alara smiled sadly. They will. A bullet shattered the glass door. Go. Alara shoved Cole into a vent just as armed men burst in. Prison tunnels. St. Marcus clutched the glowing vial as they ran, his mind reeling. So Mom wanted us to find each other? Yes, Cole panted, kicking open a sewer grate. But she never told me why. Only that this vial and Dana's DNA are the keys to down. Dana yanked them both to the ground as a grenade exploded overhead. Chunks of concrete rained down. The warden appeared through the dust, his face bloody. They've locked down the whole block. There's another way. He tossed Dana a keycard, but you'll have to go through death row. Dana's jaw tightened. Of course we will. Death row. 3 minutes later, the cells held monstered serial killers, cartel hitmen. And they recognized Dana. Reyes? A scarred inmate laughed. I heard Delta Force left you to die in Syria. Dana didn't flinch, and yet here I am. She kept moving, but Marcus froze when he saw the last cell. A frail old man sat inside, humming. The nameplate read, Dr. Victor Klaus, Whiteout Project Lead. You ... double quotes Marcus breathed. You worked with my mother? The old man's eyes snapped open unnaturally blue, just like the vial. Ah, he whispered. The carrier is here. Then it's already begun. Cliffhanger. As Klaus reached through the bars, the vial in Marcus's hand pulsed like a heartbeat. Dana's tattoos suddenly glowed the same eerie blue, and outside the prison, a black helicopter marked with a familiar symbol descended. A serpent wrapped around a DNA helix, the whiteout logo asterisk to be continued ... What is whiteout really for? Why does Dana's body react to the vial? And who's in that helicopter? The helicopter blades whipped the prison yard into a frenzy as Marcus, Dana, and Cole pressed against the death row exit door. That symbol the serpent wrapped around DNA made Dana's blood run colder than Syria's winter mountains. That's not a whiteout logo, she breathed. That's Prometheus Group, Black Ops so dark even Delta wasn't cleared to know them. Marcus stared at his glowing palm where the vial's liquid now pulsed under his skin. Then why does this thing think I'm its damn charger? Death row cell minus 30 seconds errol I redir. Klaus's gnarled fingers had barely grazed the vial when blue tendrils snaked from it into Marcus's veins. The old man cackled. Just like your mother, the only host compatible with the serum. Dana yanked Marcus back. What did you do to him? Klaus's smile vanished. Ask the traitor beside you. Cole went rigid. Prison Yard Pier T6 Prometheus commandos fast stroked down, their helmets scanning the area like machines. The leader removed his helmet, revealing a face Dana knew, Major Kane, her former Delta commander. Rias, he called almost sadly. You were supposed to die in Syria, then again in this prison, but here you are. With the package. His eyes locked on Marcus. Cole suddenly moved not toward the enemy, but behind Marcus, pressing a knife to his throat. Sorry, kid, she muttered. Some promises even dead moms can't keep. Flashback mother's last digest Cole's memory. Alara bleeding out in the lab, pressing the vial into her hands. The serum isn't a weapon, Alara gasped. It's a cure. For what they put in Dana ... and what they'll do to Marcus. Don't let Prometheus take my children, Cole had nodded. She lied. Now the betrayal while Dana's fists clenched. You sold us out. No, Cole said bitterly. I bought us time. Prometheus was always coming, but now they'll keep you alive. Marcus's glowing hand suddenly jerked toward Dana like a magnet. The vial shattered in his grip, and the blue liquid leaped onto Dana's skin, merging with her own glowing tattoos. Kane roared in fury. Take them, now! The EC-8, the warden's truck, slammed through the fence, mowing down 2 commandos. Get in, he bellowed. Dana grabbed Marcus as the world exploded into gunfire. Cole hesitated, then shoved them toward the truck before spinning to face Kane. Run, she screamed, right as Kane's bullet punched through her chest. Cliffhanger. In the speeding truck, Dana's tattoos now burned with strange symbols. Marcus's veins glowed where the serum touched him, and in the rearview mirror, the warden's eyes flickered blue. "Don't look so shocked," he said. "Your mom injected me too. Back when we served together. To be continued. What did Prometheus put in Dana? Why is the warden infected? And is Cole really dead?" The truck screeched to a halt at an abandoned gas station as Dana clutched her burning arm. The glowing symbols now covered half her body, same as the warden's. "It's spreading," he grunted, rolling up his sleeve to reveal identical markings. "Your mom's serum was the only thing slowing it down. Now that you've got it, we might just live through this." Marcus stared at his own glowing veins. Live through what exactly? The warden met Dana's eyes. "Tell him." Dana's Tarutena took a shaky breath. "Prometheus didn't just make weapons. They made soldiers." She ripped open her shirt, revealing a scar over her heart. "They implanted something in Delta Force operatives. A bioweapon called Hades' Kiss. Turns your blood to acid, then makes you explode." Marcus recoiled. "Mom was trying to stop that?" "She found the cure," the warden said. "But Prometheus wanted to weaponize both sides. So she hid the final formula in the only place they'd never look." The last Essicuriti. Dana grabbed Marcus's hands. "Not in a vial, not in a file. In us." The realization hit Marcus like a bullet. "Our blood." The warden nodded. "Mixed together, your DNA creates the antidote. Your mom made sure you'd both survive long enough to find each other." Outside, helicopter blades thundered in the distance. The final stand. Dana racked a stolen shotgun. "I'll hold them off. You and the warden run." "Hell no," Marcus snapped, grabbing a Molotov from the truck bed. "Family sticks together, right?" The warden laughed, actually laughed, as he tossed them grenades. "Just like your damn mother." Epilogue. 2 months later, the news called it a chemical plant explosion. No bodies recovered. No survivors. On a beach in Mexico, a woman with fresh scars sipped a beer as a teenager sketched blueprints in the sand. "We could rebuild it," Marcus said. "Mom's research. Properly this time." Dana watched the sunset. "Maybe, but first." She tossed him a newspaper, a headline about missing Prometheus scientists. "We clean house." Somewhere in the waves, a tattooed arm glowed faintly blue. 1. Family isn't just blood, it's choice. Dana and Marcus started as strangers bound by secrets, but they chose to fight for each other. Real family isn't just DNA, it's who shows up when the world tries to break you. 2. Power corrupts. But love redeems. Prometheus wanted to weaponize science, but a mother's love outsmarted them. The greatest weapons in the story, loyalty, sacrifice, and sibling bonds, were the things that couldn't be controlled. 3. The system isn't always the hero. From the prison to the military, the good guys were often the villains. Truth? Real justice comes from fighting for what's right, even if you're standing alone. 4. Your past doesn't define your future. Marcus was just a kid from the streets. Dana was a soldier turned prisoner. But together, they rewrote their destinies. No matter where you start, you decide where you end. 5. Some secrets are meant to be broken. The truth about Whiteout was buried in lies, but uncovering it saved lives. Sometimes shaking the world is the only way to heal it.